Hello, welcome to JasonChats.com. So it's about 2:30 in the morning, and Andre's asleep. That's when he does most of his farting. And I woke up this morning. Sounds like the beginning of the song, doesn't it? Woke up this morning. Do 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 do. And I was in a really bad mood. I don't know why. I just was. And had my breakfast. I made a let me bore you to sleep session. And I went back to bed. And I spent most of the day in bed, really, till about 3. Took Andre for a walk, went for a long walk. Came back, had some tea cakes. And just spent the rest of the evening pretty much working on my website, which I do believe is looking mighty wonderful. It's getting there. It really is getting there. JasonNewland.com, that is. JasonChats.com is just the portal for the vlogs that I do. I don't really have anything else on there other than all the various videos from the past and the future that will be on there. Of course, you can just go to the YouTube channel and go watch them there as well. So I'm quite pleased with how the website's going. I did a lot of work on it and then I lost a lot of work. So I had to redo it, figure out how to redo it, and got a little bit confusing at times, but it's coming together okay. I'm fairly pleased. There's still work to do, but I've kind of got the foundations there. I'm getting more subscribers as well to the website, which is nice, so thank you if you're watching this and you're subscribed to the website. Thank you for those that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, this one, the Jason Chats Bipolar Vlog, or the other 3 YouTube channels I've got. The pain relief, chronic pain relief, relaxation, or sleep and hypnosis ones. So I'm gradually getting more subscribers. People that have been with me in the past have been with me. People that have subscribed in the past have kind of coming back bit by bit, little by little. I still have some work to do on some of the channels. Still some sessions to upload, but I kind of had enough of the videos for a while, uploading them and making videos. I just needed a break from that. So I concentrated on the website. I'm talking, by the way, when I make these, I don't talk loudly because I generally make them fairly late at night and I don't want to disturb neighbours and stuff. I had an email from Spreaker. So I'm with Spreaker and I pay them. And it's about $20 a month, something like that. And they sent me an email saying that they couldn't take my money because there wasn't enough in my account to take it. Luckily they're going to take it tomorrow, so I get paid tomorrow. So I have a lot of bits of money coming out of everything. Just, I don't regret paying for the podcasts. Still a bit, I need to change the tape. It's looking yellow. Shouldn't really look yellow. I was doing the washing up earlier. I don't regret making the podcasts or paying for the podcasts, because I have managed to reach a much wider and larger audience in the last month or so, or 2 months, however long I've been doing, sort of getting the extra podcasts. But it is costing, and I need to sort of figure a way around that. So I'm probably going to make a page for my website on how, I just like to call it support me, and the different ways that people can support me. I'd like to at least get the costs, the running costs covered. If I could do that, then it'd make my life a lot easier. If I could get more than the running costs, I could then pay for more stuff, more podcasts, more promotional services, things like that. But I'm going to look into it and stuff. I don't know. I'm feeling tired, so it's probably very much my time to go to bed. Last night I didn't feel very well physically. And I was dreaming. I was just having these weird dreams. And there's this recurrent dream. 2 recurrent dreams that I have kind of mixed together. One is about working. Of course, that's a nightmare. One's about working and leaving, and then realising I was working, but I got a weird buzzing in my ear. Working but not declaring it to the social services, not social services, but the tax people, so that I would still claim my benefits. So I've kind of got that recurring dream that I'm working in the call centre and I can't go in anymore because I'm not well, and then what am I going to do, all that stuff. And then another dream is being homeless, and 2 things as weird. I owe money on rent for a flat that I'm not even living in. So I don't know what that's about. And there's another one and it's kind of connected, where I've put a car into some kind of garage. To be looked after, and the money, it's costing me money, and it's accruing, the money's getting larger, and I need to pay to get the car out. I should point out I've never driven a car, never owned a car, don't even have a driving licence. So I don't know what any of it's about, and I need to start doing a bit more reading as well. I know that's not really related, but I'm very much into self therapy, in a sense, self-analysis. And although I do still kind of self-analyse myself, I haven't read any therapy books for a while. I'd like to get back into that a bit more. It's just with all the online stuff, it takes so long. It's continuous, and especially with me making the sessions every day, which I've been doing, and yeah, just as a little bit unbalanced. I'm a little bit unbalanced. That's why I take medication. Just a bit unbalanced. I think there's more going out than there is coming in. I need to redress that and have some more stuff going in. I started listening to a podcast recently, and it was about the brain and how the brain changes. And there's stuff I already know, but it's like neuropsychology or neuroplasticity. I think it's called neuroplasticity, and how the brain is continuously growing all the time, continuously changing all the time, and it changes those changes depend upon how we think, what we think about, what we focus on. This is stuff that's self-help books, hypnosis books, psychotherapists have been talking about for 100 years, probably actually thousands of years in a sense, with Buddhism, thousands of years. Yet they've now got the technology to, the scientists, and they can see in the machines I forget what they're called, but the radiation machines or whatever, the mirroring machines, they can see the brains, and they can see the neurotransmitters and all that stuff, the connections, and they can see which part of the brains activate, which parts grow. So now all these, not all of them, but a lot of the ideas and thoughts and regarding, you get more of what you focus on, it affects who you're around, affects you, what you think about affects your life and all that stuff. And it's kind of obvious really, but they've now got it in, it's a scientific fact. It's no longer an opinion or a belief system. This is based on fact, and I think that's quite interesting and exciting. But then I think of it and I think, well, okay, what about people with a mental health issue, illness, brain issue, brain injury, or whatever it might be? Because in a sense, I suppose, brain injury, the brain's not working in the way that maybe it used to, or the way that the average brain would work. It works differently. Parts of the brain may not connect. Parts of the brain may be more active than other parts. As in the same as with schizophrenia or bipolar or I was going to say ACDC, OCD, ADHD, you name it. There's so many different things, sort of depression, agoraphobia, various fears and stuff. But anything that's like seriously affecting your life. So my take on this is, I might be wrong, but this is my take on it. This has been my take on it for about 20 years when I first started reading and a little bit about, neuropsychology and neurology or neuro whatever, the brain and what parts are activated and by thoughts, and then my interest was hypnosis and all that stuff. So I thought with maybe a neurologically normal, and we could use the word normal for this situation, a neurologically average person could have a situation where trigger A and B is the thing that occurs. And it kind of works quite well, and it's easy to kind of figure it out. But maybe with someone with a brain injury, or let's say someone with a mental illness, or a mental something going on in the brain there, trigger A, click that, but it might trigger N instead of B, N. So there might be it might still be able to trigger the B, but you just need to figure out which one triggers the B. So it's a different pattern, it's a different process, and I guess it's figuring out that code, which I imagine we all have different codes. We'll have our own ways to get to the same place, and even if we get to the same place, that place is going to, I guess, be individual for all of us. We could all go to the same beach and have completely different experiences. I suppose you'd all share one thing. It'll be share the funny memory of me burning in the sun. So yeah, I'm interested in that stuff. Interested in not just a mental perspective, but a physical perspective with diseases and illnesses, and the idea that drugs, like medical drugs, do something. They stimulate in the brain something that releases a chemical, releases something. Again, I'm not a biologist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of that stuff. But the drugs in themselves are just a trigger to release what you've got. It's the brain that does the work. The brain that sends the chemicals and to do the healing, to do the whatever. So I find that quite interesting. It's like, how can we do it without the drugs? Is there a way of getting the same results as chemotherapy without the chemotherapy? Without the intrusive treatment? Is there another way to do it? And I know that I wouldn't ever sort of suggest anybody use any treatment other than the official medical treatment, because apart from being against the law in pretty much the Western world, you should listen to a doctor. They know what they're doing. But I'd love to look more into that. I've heard some amazing stories, from just the placebo side of things alone is amazing. I mean, placebos don't, it's not going to work if you know it's a placebo. So if you do a trial telling people that, if you've got 20 people and you tell them all that 10 of you are going to have placebo, 10 of you are going to have medication that works. The chances are that I would say that the placebo, just mention the word placebo, starts putting doubt into people's minds. And I think the result would be different if you told all 20, and I don't think it's legally allowed, but if you told 20 people, we're giving you this medication. We're giving you the full medication, all of you. Compared to we're giving you 50% of you are getting the medication, 50% placebo, and no one knows what they're getting. I reckon the results would be a lot different. I'm sure it has been done. I think any single experiment that you can imagine has been done at some point, whether legally or illegally. Guaranteed. Somewhere somebody's, tried to splice together a human and an animal, and all the things that we're not allowed to do. That's against the rules. It's been done. Of course, it's been tested. Someone's gone out there and tested it. You're telling me that they found a way of cloning sheep, and they just stopped there? No. Come on, humans have been cloned. Just because we don't know about it, you could be walking around with cloned humans. It's amazing. I'm not a conspiracy theorist person at all. It just seems obvious that stuff is going on, and I'll tell you what's a bit worrying at the moment is the whole, I don't know what it is, but this country seems to have a real hard-on for Russia at the moment. I don't understand really what's going on. They clearly know something that they're not telling the public, the government, but they're trying to go to war. They're trying to, I just think it's sad, because who ends up getting the worst damaged? It's the civilians. It's always the civilians that get worse off. So in Syria, we'll be going over there, Russia, America, or whoever goes over there. Civilians, they're the ones that will be caught in the crossfire, and they're the ones that we're trying to protect. And then there'll be refugees, or they already are refugees, and then that causes problems from all angles as well. So it's just, I don't know. Amazing. It's going on, the news is going on and on and on. And there's infighting in the Houses of Parliament about the NHS not having enough funding. But they've got money for rockets, they've got money for missiles, they've got money to go to war in another country that has nothing to do with us. I'm not sure about the priority. I'm no political expert. I've been around a while now, and I've seen a few of these military actions over the years, and none of them, there's never a positive outcome, I don't think. Never seems to be one. thing is, I live in like a squatty town, like an army town, and so there might be loads of young people being shipped off up to Syria, and their lives would be at risk, and just doesn't seem fair. I mean, especially if you think that we've got such a high population of elderly people, we need young people to stay alive. You know, I'm going to need young people to look after me in a few years when I'm all old and wrinkly, or wrinklier. I actually think that eventually my neck will look like my penis does now. It'll just be like a wrinkly, actually a hairy, wrinkly thing. I need to have a shave. It's getting a little bit long on my neck, but hey. Again, I've talked for way longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be a 2-minute job, because I was tired. So we'll go. I would send everyone a tweet, you know, about what I'm up to, but I'm not the president, am I? Yeah. I'll leave the tweeting up to him. Alright, I'm going to go. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and stay safe wherever you are. And for those of you that live in Syria or near Syria that's been affected by this, and I know people listen to my podcasts from all over the world, all everywhere, whether you're in Russia, Syria, Mexico, America, which is my main population for people that will listen to my stuff, England, Ireland, Portugal, it's like China, Japan, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, you name it. I wish you all well and all safety, and all just hope everyone's okay. And I just really hope that the powers in charge of those big bombs that kill lots of people don't go and kill lots of people. That's what I hope. Yeah. There we go. Well, this is a real high energy session, wasn't it? It's not a session, though, is it? It's just a video. That's how I'm feeling. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling alright, just tired. See you later. I'm going to go. Bye, bye, bye.